Shalom. First off, want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the rule well and teach well. And salutations to all the Akim, the pushing his truth in all honesty and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is the brother Yoramla coming at you with a quick video through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, though willingness to be edifying. Well, I'm not expecting this to be too quick, very quick, like 10 minutes. It might be a little longer than that. All right. But I mainly want to go into, or speak on a point, sometimes, or very well, we can make that connection to where, we may feel like, Noah, don't walk. Or we may feel like him at times, here in these last days, because you can draw a lot of comparisons and similarities. All right. And through the spirit, Noah could be a past life of Abraham, because Abraham was made to be the father of nations. And through Noah, he begot 3 sons, and they brought forth many nations. All right, but this is Genesis chapter 6, and it says, "And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, the daughters were born unto men." Because that what comes when you multiplying on the earth. A lot of times, we will have more daughters than sons, because they say it's more women on the earth than men. All right. Which that's really not proven, but it makes sense. They say it's 7 women to 1 man. All right. Or something like that, of that nature. But, it's more women on the earth for a reason, if that's to be true. Because, for one, it's lawful for a man to have more than 1 wife. Or by having that, you're able to be more fruitful and to multiply, as the Lord commanded us to do, which is a rightful, righteous thing. All right. Verse 2 says that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they looked, and they took them wives of all which they chose. All right. So it's all right, man. We see a woman that we like. We have that woman. All right. We receive that woman to be a wife. Verse 3, "And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, and yet his days shall be 120 years. So that's roughly the amount of time the Lord had before he was going to bring the destruction. All right. So the Lord knew, the Heavenly Father being omnipotent, omniscient, who he knows and sees everything. Or I should say his eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So he know everything that's going to happen. He know what's going to happen before it happened. All right. So he knew we was going to fall. He knew, all right, that his spirit wasn't going to always strive with us, because, we turned our way from the Heavenly Father. All right. By the way of sin, which we didn't have the laws back then. All right, because we fell, from the time of Adam and Eve. So the Lord knew it was going to be a matter of time, because he said we was of the flesh also. All right, we also are flesh, and the flesh can take over and corrupt us. So he only gave us 120 years left before he bring that great destruction. All right, verse 4, it says, "There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of the Most High came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown." So we was mighty men back then. It says we were giants, but we weren't technically super tall. Like, when you think of a giant in modern day, you'll think somebody 30, 40, 50 feet, or however the case may be. We was taller back then, but we was prominent in the earth. We was living longer. What, Noah, he lived to be 500, 600, something like that. All right. So we had them years on us, man. All right. And through that, our years dwindled down. All right, by the Lord not having his spirit on us again. So they show you naturally we supposed to always be in good health and ultimately live forever. All right. And we're going to get that glory and that power back. All right. Verse 5, and the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So, made me think of Romans 1. All right, so by the way of sin coming into the earth, it made wickedness great on the earth. All right, so that every imagination, they was doing anything they could think of, man. Almost likened to the times here, man. It's all kinds of things. There's no bounds on wickedness in this society. So you can only imagine back then. All right, he said it was great violence, all kind of things. It didn't go too deep into detail, but you can only imagine, man. All right, verse 6, and it repented the Lord that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. So they show you the Lord, think he have a mind. All right. He's a true living power, man. He think, he speak, all these things. So it repented him. So he regretted even making man, so that's how bad they was, man. All right. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. All right. So the Lord did a complete reset. What you gonna do by the way of thermal fire on this side? So the Lord did a complete reset. All right. And that's how, we can only imagine, or we understand very well what Noah had to deal with on the level of, having nothing but wicked, people around you, being vexed. But you had to have your eye on the prize, keep your eye single, and keep your eye on the prize, on the mission. So that we got to do. Are we vexed with the conversation of the wicked? But we still got to prophesy unto the destruction that's coming, like Noah. In that 120 years, that's why I believe, he was a prophet. All right. It don't go into detail to tell you he was, but you got to put the context together. All right. So that's how we know, man. Hey, he built that ark for 100+ years, or say 120. All right. But he was building that ark. People's coming up to him saying, what you doing, man? So, hey, man, they're asking like, why you building this ark? All right. He had to get 2 of every kind of beast, creature. All right. So that was the Lord preserving. All right. For when, the restart happened. All right. But I got this in 2 Peter. That's how we know that, he had to be a prophet, man. Because, the Lord ain't going to bring destruction unless prophecy go out, people be forewarned of the destruction to come. So this 2 Peter chapter 2. All right, started verse 4. It says, for if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. But I want to hit that point because further up we was talking about, the giants, all right, the sons, of the Most High, or the sons of the power, all right, and the giants on the earth. All right, to show you that we was angels in the flesh, man. All right, we was angels in the flesh. We was powers, messengers. First and foremost, that's what angels mean, but also mean, to have power. All right, the Elohim, man. All right, and the angels in the spirit world can't sin, but the angels that came down here in mortal flesh, we can sin. All right, but the Lord said he cast them down to hell. So he put us in a hellish condition to where we at now. Or he delivered us into the chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. So a lot of our people, you know, we fail to this point so they can get judged. All right, for the sins they commit. All right, but the elect, the Lord gonna preserve the elect for salvation. All right, so verse 5, it says, and spared not the old world. So the old world wasn't spared. The Lord did a complete reset. But now the second woe, the second destruction, or not the second woe, Salakia, the second death is coming, man, by the way of that fire. All right, he says, but save Noah, the 8th person, and a preacher of righteousness. So the Lord only delivered eight souls, you know, Noah, his wife, and his sons and their wives, man. All right, and it says a preacher of righteousness. So he was a preacher, man. He told and warned the people what was going to come. All right, but, you know, the Lord told him he was only going to save him and his family, but the Lord still used him to tell of the warning to come that the earth was going to be flooded. All right, it says bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. All right, so he brought in flood upon the world, upon the ungodly, man, the people living in sin. All right, that's why the ungodly that's here in this country going to be completely destroyed. All right, say right here in verse 6, it says, and turn the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into the ashes and condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. So that was going to happen if you live ungodly, man. The Lord, all right, destroyed them. All right, you know, basically rain fire from heaven. You know, something that came out recently that, you know, they believe it was what say like sulfur or something, flaming sulfur fell from the heavens, man, you know. All right. Verse 7, and delivered just Lot. So just Lot was delivered that time. So the Lord always have an elect and a remnant. But the Lord said he's gonna deliver a third of Israel that's gonna be passed through and make it out that fire. All right, gonna be delivered from the incoming destruction from the ICBMs here on this side in Babylon, America the Great. All right, the 1/3 are of the elect that's over here. You know, that's not the whole of the elect, but that's a third of it. All right, it's here on this side, because the elect is all over the earth, but a third of it on this side of Israel, of our people, gonna get saved out of this, which is the elect here in Babylon the Great. All right, so, and delivered just Lot in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, who was vexed with the 50 conversation of the wicked. So a righteous man gonna be vexed with the conversations and the acts that these people do. All right. All right, so let me continue down here. Verse 9 said, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation. So the Lord delivering the godly out of temptation, where he having us to repent from our ways in the world, coming to this truth and put off that old man and become that new man. So the Lord know how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. So he know how to reserve the wicked, man. All right, reserving the unjust or in the day of judgment to be punished, just like back then. The Lord saw Noah to be a righteous man. Right here in verse 9 it says, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with the Most High. All right, so the Lord saw him to be perfect. All right. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and that, you know, where all the nations come from, one of those sons. All right, so the brothers in the know, we know what nations came out of them. All right, what we call them today. It said the earth also was corrupted before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. So all kind of things, man. People was murdering, killing, murdering, all kind of things, man. It was like anarchy, all right, lawless. All right, and the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all the flesh had corrupt his way upon the earth. All right. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. All right, so he started to make the ark. All right, make thee an ark. The Lord telling him this. You know, however he did it, By the way, he probably, sent an angel or messenger. All right. It said, make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without a pitch. All right. So he made the ark out of gopher wood, which is real strong wood. He made rooms in it. All right. So this is him making the ark, and it was very huge. All right. Describing it to a certain extent. All right. Then the Lord brought the flood. All right. So let me go to. So we already know about this, but I mainly want to draw the conclusion. Or it says Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. So he lived to be 600 and probably some change. But ultimately he lived to be 600, man. Or I say he was 600 when the flood. All right. It said in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 7th day of the month, the same way, or the fountains of great deep broke and up, and the windows of heaven were open. So basically, when we got 600, that's when that reset was accomplished. All right, but yeah, we already know about this. But basically, I want to bring this out, man, because we can draw similarities to, the remnant of old, the elect of their day, which was, Noah and his family, or the 8 souls then, and Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah, when it was him and his daughters. And we're the modern day remnant, man. So the Lord sees something in us. If we're part of the elect, he see, our righteousness as a filthy rags, but the Lord sees something in us that he find pleasure in, man. So don't take this truth lightly, man. You got to make the most of what we have. All right, we ain't gonna know 100% or be able to be super knowledgeable in everything, skillful, be skillful in everything, I should say. We're not gonna be skillful in everything, but whatever skills you have, you gotta use it, man. All right. Let me go to Matthew 24. Because what's going on today is what was going on back then, man. So Matthew 24. It was false prophets, all kinds of things, man. All right, verse 31 said, he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven unto the other. And that's going to be the modern day ark. Yahweh Shai and the angels, the host of heaven, the army of heaven, going to come and beam up the elect from across the four winds, the four corners of the earth. All right. And Noah had the ark, which, that's the way of the Lord making a covenant with Noah. All right. That he was going to deliver and save him. All right. But the chariot is going to be the modern day ark for the elect to save us from the destruction, that fire that's coming. All right. And that's ultimately the Lord keeping his covenant with our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that he was going to save and deliver the remnant, the elect. All right. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. What it said? You said Noah was basically, righteous of his generation. All right. So, Lord willing, out of all this is going on, the Lord find us to be just men. All right. Sometimes, and that's why scripture say, let not your sins weigh you down. All right. But the Lord found favor of us in this generation, but it shall not pass until the prophecies be fulfilled. It said right here in verse 35, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Basically, the Lord gonna hold hold fast to what he said, man. All right, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So only Yahweh Shai. Only Yahweh. No, Yahweh Shai don't know, but the Heavenly Father, the only one they know. All right, not even the angels know. All right, but they know it's going to come. It's going to come a day where the Lord going to, roughly say, go ahead, my son, however you're going to tell Yahweh Shai to give the go ahead to deliver the elect and to come on a chariot and to do away with this place. Verse 37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. All right, so Noah was considered a prophet, a servant of the Lord in that time. So what more are we? All right, so as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be, It's going to be salvation, but it's also going to be destruction as well. All right. Verse 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day of Noah, and until the day that Noah entered into the ark, until Noah entered the ark. All right, so just like they doing here before that destruction, ICBM, before the third woe, or the famines, pestilences, and destruction come, that's what they doing now. Eating, drinking, marrying, giving into marriage, thinking everything's sweet, man. But we know, man, it's gonna come a time where all this, what we see, all right, as as Noah saw the old world was going, man. He saw the whole old world that he knew and what he was raised up and seen was going, man. And the Lord made it new. That's what we gonna see through the Spirit, man. Everything that we see over here in Babylon, man, ain't gonna be in the kingdom, man. From the infrastructure, everything from the inside out, man. The way this place operate is not gonna be on the earth anymore. All right, verse 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. All right, so they didn't know that flood was gonna come and sweep them away like that. All right, just like these people ain't gonna know that fire gonna come in and consume and sweep them away. All right, that heat wave gonna come. They don't know that's coming. Verse 40, then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. So that's how it's going to be when the elect get beamed up. So like going to be two people in the field, one going to be beamed up, taken away, the other one going to be left there, not knowing what's going on, man. All right. Verse 41, it says, two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. So people going to get left behind. They had a movie Left Behind. So the wicked, 2/3 of our people won't get left behind here. The heathens gonna get left here to be destroyed. All right, and you people gonna see the elect get beaten up in the chariots. Lord willing, we be a part of that fold. All right, but y'all just want to draw that comparison. All right, Lord willing is edifying, exhorting, and uplifting. All right, we're almost about to get up out of here, man. Lord willing, this could be the year. All right, but we don't got much longer here. We know that's for sure. The Passat coming up. All right, Lord willing, we are worthy to participate. All right, and Lord willing, we are worthy to be saved. And with that being said, Shalom.